newly discovered realities about the way our world has been shaped. Like that information has been there for a long time. People just don't look at the history. They don't look at the past, which is why the past is actually super important because the past will hide information that is relevant to the present. Like when we're talking about investigating our own information, listening to our bodies and being present with ourselves and actually understanding like when we reach a new threshold in our personal reality in understanding the context of the world that we live in and the world that we're our inner world, our heart world, where we are working on our own healing. Yeah, like the past comes up in a completely different way that was just you know w-
Maybe we need to stop calling them awakenings. Because
yeah.
the way I like what you said, where it's a threshold, right?
Yep.
That you, because every time you shift something inside yourself, you're holding, because everyone always talks about being in alignment, like it's a once time thing. But I think you pull yourself into a higher vibrational alignment. And then when you let go of more things, then you're actually then aligning yourself differently,
Yep. Yep.
like energetically.
Yep.
And then you hold that alignment for a while until something else comes along. And then you do it again, you rearrange it again. I think it's like it's a constant process.
It's like being in a
You
magical
know.
house.
Yeah.
Is it where you
We are
you
magical,
we
aren't
are,
we?
yeah, well, we are. It's like being in a magical house where you like discover a new door every single day, and you open the door and there's a hallway and
And you
there's these
find
other
keys
rooms and there's,
everywhere.
yeah, like it really is. And it's
Bunch of
like,
keys and locked doors, and
yep,
then
Mhm.
and you keep building on,
yeah.
your discoveries of the previous rooms and the information or what you find in the previous rooms that you didn't know were there
Well, then
before.
sometimes you renovate.
And sometimes you renovate, like, no.
You
Oh yeah,
completely
for
renovate the
sure.
inside, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I I think that's all true, and I think enlightenment, is a catchphrase or a slogan word, or um, I think it has good intentions,
Yep.
but it is absolutely a process, and it's an individual process.
Mhm.
Each person is on their individual path and their individual journey, but it is a never-ending one. It's more like more a spiral than it is linear.
That's right. Yep.
So this thing happened to me. It was about 2 years ago. I had um, I had a tooth filled, right,
Yep.
and it was not, apparently it wasn't filled correctly. So I had a root canal like 3 years ago because of uh, some neck and back and issues. A great doctor gave me some really awesome advice. I'm being sarcastic and said, get a cortisone shot.
Ooh.
Oh,
Oh, get another one.
Uh,
Well, they didn't
uh,
tell me that it eats calcium out of your body.
dang it. Yep. Right.
oh,
So
Right.
I ended up with a root canal, which, because I've never had a broken tooth, never had, like, I ended up with this root canal, right? And I've had problems with it since. Well, it affected the three top teeth.
Hmm.
Okay.
oh,
So the one next to it, 2 years ago, I go back and I'm like, there's still a problem. And they're like, oh, we have to fill the tooth next to it. So, okay, fill the tooth. Well, apparently that's not what needed to be done. And it wasn't done correctly, because from that point
oh.
forward, up until last month, I had problems with that tooth.
Mm.
Hmm.
And I kept trying to, like my energy was down, and I just felt like I was struggling, and like every day was like this battle, like what's going on, like something's wrong, like okay, I need to meditate more, I need to pray more, I need to
Mm.
you know
Mm.
Hmm.
Mhm.
talk to universe more, I need to whatever. Um so finally, um I said, you know what, I don't know why it I had to go through that. I don't know why I had to go through that long-term physical struggle. Not sure, I haven't fully understood that yet. But I'm like, I'm going to go back to the dentist. And I always heard that, your teeth are important. It's better to just pull the tooth out than to get a root canal. It's, how much they can affect you.
Mm.
I get this tooth refilled. The next day, I have all my energy back.
Wow.
I have all my motivation back. all these downloads that had been blocked for almost
Mm.
2 years
Wow.
Wow.
flood me,
Hmm.
are
Mhm.
still flooding me,
Upgrade.
all because of this physical tooth. And I'm like,
Hmm.
why did I have to be put on pause for 2 years almost?
Hmm.
Mhm.
Like, it wasn't full pause, but it was
Slow
pause.
But
down.
it was slowed down. Yeah. Huh.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
So
Wow.
again, it was another like, this is how important the body is.
Mhm.
And I
Hmm.
knew that something wasn't right, but logically, I'm like, okay, look, you've had it worked on twice. You were just there. You just had it filled. It's
Mhm.
fine.
Mhm.
Just
But
more mouthwash, more.
yeah. But isn't it amazing how we'll put up with that, right? Like we try to tell
Hmm.
ourselves because another professional says, "Oh, there's nothing wrong. It's all in your
Yeah.
head,"
Yep.
or "You'll have
Yep.
to get used to it," and then we try to, and
Yeah.
then
And
we
that was one of
know
the
it's not
biggest
right.
things
Yeah.
was I
Mhm.
should have listened to myself and I should have pushed that something was wrong. I should have listened to my body because it's not normal for me to like, I mean, there was days where I had to literally like force myself like, okay, you have to get up and do the dishes.
Right.
That's not me. Again, I'm always going, going, doing, doing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not listening to the body,
Hmm.
right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have to tell you guys that.
Far out.
Well, it's interesting because it also makes me wonder, like, about the energy of the person who filled it the first time,
Yeah.
or the people that were
Mm,
working on you,
Mhm.
like, what
Mhm.
were they going through at that time? Because other
Yep.
people's energy, right, can really affect us sometimes.
it's
And
true.
it also made me think of that. I haven't shared that one yet, or I don't know if it was the Dr. Bruce Lipton video, if it was in
Mm,
that one.
Right,
But
right,
there were
right,
two
right.
videos that one of them I shared, the other one I haven't. But one of the doctors was talking about how with teeth, because you have all your meridians that converge in your head and cross, that your teeth are actually super important as part
Ba
of your
batteries.
energy
Yeah.
battery system, where it's like if you have problems with your teeth, it's like
yeah.
you have a short circuit
Mhm.
kind of. And
Mhm.
Yeah.
so that's why I was like, wow, so you had a literal like short,
I
or a
did.
block to your own coherence and
Yeah,
stuff.
it's
Yeah.
like teeth because they're an external expression of all the information in the body, and they have the meridians that are connected to them. They're kinda like,
All the
um
minerals in
yeah,
there.
hi like, transformers,
Well,
right?
mine were broken.
Power
You had a
transfer.
broken transformer,
Yeah, like,
and then you had it
really.
fixed. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that it really set that I was like, "Okay, you guys could have really did you have to you guys, I say you guys, but it's really yourself, your higher self, like, you had to do it that way?" Like, um, you know, but it really set that, like, you really have to learn to listen to your body. You really do.